The word cleansing is synonymous to empower, to give energy. The word cleanse. So if you look at Revelation chapter 10, the figure that angel had to put his right leg upon the sea and the left on the earth and swore and have what is called the tripartite all-encompassing dominion is because of the cleansing capacity of the book. The what? The cleansing capacity. There are two ways God purifies a land. There are two ways God purifies. God purifies a land. God purifies a land through prayer. And he purifies it particularly through the word. But the level of the purification, for instance, is the level of the purification is controlled by the depth of the revelation. I said the level of the purification is controlled by the depth of the revelation. The level of the purification is controlled by the depth of the revelation. Now, why we must submit constantly to purification is because it is not religious. It's not about church. It's all about power. I say it's not about. It's about power. That dominion that angel enjoyed in chapter 10 cannot be given to a personality that doesn't have access to the hidden things of that book. That is, the lion purification is higher than the lamb purification because of the word of the Old Testament and the sword of vengeance. Chapter 19-15 of the book of Revelation.
Out of his mouth goeth sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty God.
19:15 is where you read?
Yes, sir.
The word smite the nation is not a battle of a weapon. It's a very breath that come out of the nose of people who are washed by the word of the purest water of the Old Testament. So the sword that was used to punish the nations is both a sword and the water emanated from the book in the hand of the angel. And that is a sword people are waiting for. In chapter 10, there are 8 to 11 of that revelation. He said, listen, you go prophesy to them the second time. Go the second time. That means these people, their garment is dirty. Go and wash it. It has been washed, but it's not clean. It might not be clean because of the texture of grace and truth. Before I talk about that washing now, let me show you something about texture. So that when you take a microphone to preach, by the time we go out, after the program, it's just like you have money. You have money to buy a cloth, a designer. That is about 400,000 for your wife. You have the capacity. Or buy a car. That's about 120 million because you're rich. Huh? You cannot buy her a Belgian of 5 million because she's your wife. She has to showcase your riches because you already have it. Now, if you have money to buy that designer, that you can't buy something inferior. That what I mean is, if you can give people expensive robe of vengeance, don't give them grace and truth. You didn't write it down. I said, don't give them. You cannot give them grace and truth when you can buy vengeance. Because vengeance is a small part of grace and truth. Can I still make it? Can I still keep explaining it? I want to show you this scripture. Huh? 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 Grace and truth is a smaller cloth. More, it is wonderful. It is great. It's serving now. But it cannot bring you to certain throne, certain place, because of his value. And God is not emotional about it. (1913). I want you to see the texture of that cloth. And then I will tell you something that is fearful. If you look at 1913, go ahead. I want to show you texture
of Revelation.
Yes.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God.
Now that is a vesture. 63:1. That vesture is a kind of vesture. When the Bible calls it vesture, it's a cloth. Converts of the Lamb don't wear that cloth. The sword that will punish the nation will never come into the hand of converts of the Lamb. And how the book that produced that cloth is not written. So how did they get it? Excuse me. Can I tell you something? It's just the books are there. These books are there. They are light. I want to ask you a question. How can you bring something that have won the devil under the devil? Something that won the devil in ordination cannot be brought under the devil. A revelation that is bigger than the devil. That's why some of us are here. Please hear me. When they want to, Satan want to make you, size you up, keep you small. He does two things. He will not allow you to understand the revelation of vengeance. He will not allow you to stay with it. He will not allow you to say it. Because the revelation of vengeance is keeping God around you. Because the lion is his word. And wherever the lion appears, Satan will be punished. Samson 63:1.
Who is this that cometh from Edom?
Who is it that coming from Edom?
With dyed garment from Bozrah.
Yes.
This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
How do you remove it? That is the cloth that represents. So you don't talk about washing when you don't have the cloth yet. Can I tell you something about imagination? Huh? Do you know there are so much God has hidden from the church? I mean, Satan have hidden from the church. So the church is not bold. The church is not bold because Satan destroyed, put limitation on their imagination. That's why when you want to raise money in the church, you look at the people around there. He said, who can give something? We say, look at them now. How many people that came with car? He said, when he said who can give 10 million? He said, there's nobody around to give 10 million. He said, let me start with 100,000 first. That time he asked you to say 10 million and you reduce it to 100,000. It is your imagination that was attacked. You just limited God and yourself. Even if you didn't see human being, are there not spirit who are part of you? If human being doesn't have 100 million, don't spirit have? Don't they have 1 billion? Demand it from them first. I thought you should clap hand. Somebody said we went and started buildings. Where are we going to get money? I said we started building in God's compound. And everybody's looking at God. They see me, they're looking at. God is more afraid than me. I said God is already more. He's the one that gets money. I'm already teaching. I can't teach and look for money. Excuse me, the beauty is his compound. When I finish that, very soon now, I'll go and lay foundation of 10-story building and be looking at him. That's why I reason. That's not how I can reason. When I'm done with it, now I'll do another 3 in Lagos, then I'll come down here with for 10. Now, excuse me. Excuse me. And you go and carry wahala that is not your own and be moving up and down. Call God's name in it and go and rest. I said, do what? Call God's name in it. Yes, do what you can do and then leave him. And you know when you say lion, the last thing a lion angel will do is to take small shape. He said there's nobody he will not kill. So I'm with an angel that hates shame too much. And I'm afraid. And then not only that hates shame, he has the totality of God's energy. If you look at the story of Joseph, the story of before they brought him to the throne, he was dressed. Now there are places you don't sit without the dress. Without the dressing. Nobody sat upon throne without dressing. And I want to show you. Before I read that dress, I want us to look at 1916. I want us to see dressing again. In that same 19. Dressing came 2 times. It came in 13, it came in 16. Then we'll go to Hebrew chapter 8:1.
And he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Yes. He has on his vesture and thigh. So the vesture is the apparel that made him King of Kings. So he's a wear. Now I'm trying to go to that place because you have to have the wear to also wash the wear with his water. To wash that wear with the water, with the purest water that can cleanse it. So you don't put on vesture deep in blood and be washing it with the water of grace. In Hebrews chapter 8:1, there are 2 positions there for 2 clothes.
Now of the things which we have spoken, this is the sum. We have such a high priest who is set on the right hand of the throne of the majesty in heavens.
Now, the right hand has a cloth of grace and truth. The throne has a cloth of vesture deep in blood. In 21 of the book of Matthew 41, Matthew 21:41, you will see the energy of that cloth. That's where I'm going to start running up on it. You will see the energy of cloth. Then I will like talk about cloth a little while. Please sit down something a little while. Please look at this. Why when they say Joseph, Pharaoh is calling you? He entered into Babylon's saloon to barb and change clothes because he knows palace will not tolerate some appearances. You see everything people teach you. You know that palace. Why they qualify Esther to before they brought her to the king? Remember that king didn't meet Esther and all those girls. The king, and this is ancient standard. Hazaros didn't meet those girls. The men that can meet them, package them, bring them in a way they are worthy to meet king. Worthiness is a royal standard that must not be compromised. That's why I tell you, I say you don't marry for love, you marry for worthiness. Don't forget that marriage is all about sharing. And it makes demand on acumen, on intellectual quotient, on sensitivity, on sight. If you are not equal, you will spend a lot of time to upgrade. What about if you can't upgrade to what you want eventually? So if a king should marry a girl, they have to look for a girl in a palace, in another palace. No, not from slump. The pain of the church is instead of establishing balance, we're talking about love. Instead of establishing, because balance is ordinance. You are saying something to somebody who should understand it, not somebody who is hearing it. Don't say something to somebody who is hearing. There's something you say to those who can understand. And how to know to understand, you should know what they know originally. And what they know originally should make them something. What they know originally should make them something. Don't listen to somebody who said he's knowing, and what he's knowing is not showing anything. Knowledge is too precious to make those that have it ordinary. Excuse me, if you are gagged with the angel of preservation, in the first place, there are people you don't make yourself available to, and whatever that is preserved will come to honor. That means if you don't have honor, it means you have been destroying yourself. It means there is something that doesn't have value you have. Or if you believe you have value and you have no reason, it means you share something that have value with wrong people. You share something that have value with wrong people and they kept you down. Don't forget that somebody who does not have value cannot appreciate valuable things. I've told you before. I said, if Peter Great said he preached a message, I preached. He preached a message. He said when he finished preaching it, somebody gave him 2 million. Somebody. This is a message he preached months after I have done it. And the day I was preaching, somebody was there making himself somehow, his face somehow, like I'm wasting time, that I'm preaching too much, and time is going, that I'm talking about him. What is it, combining the heart? And so they block the message. And then another person had it. Not just here. There's no way Vito Great can bring it the way I brought it. I brought it raw. I said I did what? I brought it raw. And then a valuable ear. A valuable ear had it and appreciated it with 2 million. A valuable ear. Listen. If in the process of preaching, you met a big man. You met a big man. Create a personal service to him. Don't say you didn't come to your church, because we don't have big people. So the big one you have, you can leave. And it is a big man that appreciates you because you understand appreciation. I shared something with you, but now. Vito Great came that day, he came, and I was happy because I was trying to go back to church, so I followed him outside. When I followed him outside and came in to take my Bible, he came back again now. And look, you were there, it's not you. He came, Eluka came and told me that he still want to see me. He still want to? Yes. I said, he told him, I said, want to see me again. So I said, call him. So I said, what happened? He put money on my table. I said, Daddy, this is the money I gave you because you came outside. He said, he gave me 100,000 there on the table there. That is the third money he gave me that day for coming outside. Even if you have no value, I can follow you to the sea. How will you know my value since you don't understand value? May God give you understanding of value. When you value things that have value, you will rise. Let me say to somebody, I say, you will rise. Somebody lift your hand and say, I will rise. Start by valuing that I am here now. Put value in it. Put value on these revelations I am sharing now are first hand. Don't forget that the way I preach, it will still come on YouTube one day for second hand. But like spot and wrinkle, the change will come. Spot and wrinkle, I got it now. I've never said it anywhere. Why I said it is that, why I said it is a value that determines the way people relate with word and things. You don't need to be rich, but have understanding first. Have understanding that a hand that is blessed touched you. Have understanding that a hand that is blessed touched you. Let it be in your consciousness that this hand that touched you is not like your own. That this hand is not like your own. It is God that make people, that help people to understand it. That is what Jesus was telling the woman of Samaria. He said, you don't know. He said, you don't even know who you're talking with. You don't know. He said, you're looking for water. I am water. I'll give you living water. Is it not what Jesus was telling the woman? Huh? Please, let's take a start and read it in 1 minute. And ask let it be your prayer in this camp. Please. Ordination is from God. Wherever you see people that God has blessed, don't fight against them. Don't struggle to be like them. There are things that struggling with doesn't give men. And that's the problem of Igbo man. He says, "Is prayer? They are praying. He will pray. Like he can pray." I told you about Ikechukwu. That thing he said, that one day he was one part of the ocean. He was aware, one part of the ocean, and I was there. And then they asked us to fly through the other side. He said, one, two. I flew from that part of the ocean and go to the other side, and from there asked him to come to fly. He said, then he saw that I went there. He said, when he stretched to fly there, he fell in the ocean. He was there angry. So I was the other side asking him, I said, why did you fall inside now? He said that passed after so many years. After so many years, he said, they took me and him again to that side and asked us to cross. He said again, because it takes only with my energy. If the sea cover the whole universe, I will still cross it. It doesn't matter how far the land is. I will have energy in myself to keep going until I cross. It doesn't matter how long. 1,000 years, I'm still going. Now, why I brought that story is our separation. So in the second time, they brought him again, I crossed again. And they asked him to cross again, he still fell back. Now, he still fell to this. Now, excuse me. There are some works God cannot do with you because of the way you are. Don't try it. If you lay your hand on that, he will feel dishonored. And that's one of the capital sin of men. You think everybody can start a church? Church is not a gathering, it's a person. There are so many gatherings that doesn't make meaning. Huh? Let's look at that. Is beautiful so that I can leave it. I've done much on it already. I will, the way I teach, I'll still go around it maybe later. John chapter 4. I want to hear, Samson, I want you to read where, if you knowest, 10. I would like somebody to look at that. Chapter 4, verse 10 of John.
Jesus answered and said unto her,
yes.
If thou knowest the gift of God,
yes,
and who it is that said to thee, give me to drink.
That is it. That is it. He said, do you know the gift of God? And do you know who is talking to you? Then he said, you ask. That is relationship. Let me say this quickly. The reason God reveals some things to you is that you can get blessing from relationship. You might be in this camp now, and he's trying to show you where you are. The essence is for you to behave yourself while you're here. He might choose to reveal this altar to you. The reason he want to reveal this altar to you, he want you to start a reverential relationship with this altar. He might choose to reveal a woman, a pastor to you. Something you don't, a pastor you don't know that has had such a grace. He revealed a pastor to you. He wants you to start a new relationship. Somebody in this place that is outside Shepherd might have something you need. And suddenly he brought that person to you. For you to start a new relationship. A grace you need. Why will you see it? Don't forget that it's you that saw it. Why will you see it and you will not make gain from it? If you see it and didn't make gain from it, then the work is of the devil. And then the prayer is mocked. The fasting is made caricature of. Because that revelation is a reward of the pain. When God wants to give everlasting blessing, when God wants to give everlasting blessing, he reveals a pattern of relationship. I was sharing with them. I said, one of the days, I've known Choma Jesus. And he's my best. Apart from being a singer, Choma is a child of God. A lot of singers are not. They are not. And then, apart from her voice singing, two things has made genuine servant of God daring. She's very daring to heart of so many Nigerians, particularly those of us who are pastors. Number one is her humility. Two, her godliness. So one day, I don't know what I did. I just punched her in YouTube where she was singing. And that day, I think she was in a school, a campus meeting. And then she was sharing her testimony of how she grew up. And I've never heard it from her. I don't discuss with her. And that day she was discussing it. I said, no, I'm going to hear this girl's story to the end. I was in the house. So I started listening to her. I saw the foundation this girl had. Even her appearance is still a plus to her. People that dress carelessly, still appreciate those who dress moderately. So when you're dressing moderately, you're accepted by everybody. But if you're dressing carelessly, some people will not take you. Clap your hand for what I just said. And the way the wife of Paul and Nenche, the way she put dress that is not part of the acceptance. Becky and Nenche, that way she packaged her hair is still part of her acceptance. Because nobody will hate you. Whether the person is introvertish or social, nobody will hate you with modern dressing. But if you're lavishly in dressing, some people will not accept you. And in case you don't know, certain appearance represents some measure of godliness. Clap hand for hearing it. When that girl was sharing that testimony, I got broken. Do you know something? Nobody should tell her. Because I still have her number. After hearing that testimony, I called her number. I called her number 2 times. And the number didn't go. So I left her. What was I calling her number for? I wanted to send her money. You know, she talked about how her mother chased her out of the house. How she went to start living with her auntie. How she hugged Granot. I've never had it. Have you had it? Huh? You know, I told you that. You know, you're about to bring her when Papa advanced. 2012, that is 30 years ago. When she signed the second day, because I was already in that building there. I was already, and that was my second contact. My first contact is Port Harcourt. I think we were together now, in Port Harcourt. She came to greet me in the hotel room. My second contact was with her there. The moment that she opened the door or down my office, she knelt down at their door and used her knee to come to my table. I said, no, you can't do it. You're already a big woman. You're a word figure. Why are you kneeling down in this place? She was shaking her head and I said, no, Daddy, she has to come that way. Goose pimple took over me. Huh? Why would she be big? There's no way. Please hear me. That character that pain produced from that girl must make her big. There are people that go through pain and they don't learn anything. Why are you saying big? Very big. Oh, 10 million. She's already everywhere now. And she's not going down because character sustained gift. What? This person, you know, one of the times she came to Lagos, I came to my office to come and talk with. She came to greet me. She came to my office to greet me and we were talking. She told me that she go to mountain. Sometimes 14 times. She stayed there 14 days. She said she go there to pray that God should make her humble. Now, I was about to ask you to give me seed for what I'm about to say. People that are great fast for right reasons. They fast for right reasons. All these little people, they fast for power. That thing I said she fast for. She's not even fasting for her to get invitation. She's not even fasting for, she's fasting for to develop a character. So how does Chioma offend people? How does she offend people? Offending any pastor anywhere in the world is not with her. All the meetings I've attended and she's there. She doesn't misbehave. She'll be in the meeting until the meeting closes. Doesn't matter how long. That day I told you she came to talk. She just came to a meeting and came to greet me and we are doing talking. We finished talking and we prayed and then she left. When she called me, I said, where are you? She said she came to a meeting somewhere and she wanted to greet me. So she came to my office, we were talking and after talking we prayed and then she said we met at that church in the evening and then she left. And I think that's the last time that we sat one-on-one. But why I talked about her, she has something that can't fail. She already gotten it. All this one that people are doing, scandal here, talk here, go to court here, go to news. Is anybody calling her name? Huh? That's not why you love you. Huh? You cannot go through that thing you go through and not be calm. God bless her. It's already a plus to us in the southeast. At least we should have something that is good. Pastor, you said yes. Where? Port Harcourt now. Why would they invite her? When she comes to Deeper Life, she becomes Deeper Life. She's become the Deeper Life proper. Is she adjusting? That's already the way they are. That's the way she is. Or is she adjusting? Can I give advice? Develop something through a process. Develop a nature that's admirable. God cultivates lands through men. Hey, look, we need water. Thank you. God cultivates lands. Please let me give you this gift. The reason that the Yorubas has advanced, the Jews have advanced, is that the Yorubas and the Jews has produced people that have advanced them. I said that has produced people that have advanced them. God does not advance the destiny of a land. God does not advance the destiny of a family. Family members advance their destiny. They cultivate it. But the revelation on how to cultivate a land is not made available to all tribes. If you're hearing me and you have a ministry or you are alive, include cultivating your land in your vision. God progresses men as they cultivate their land. God progresses men